Okay, so I had this really weird dream twice, 2 nights in a row. I was back at school working with my old colleagues, doing my usual job. But in the dream, no matter how hard I ran around trying to get my tasks done, I just couldn't finish them. Something always stopped me. Time was ticking, I was panicking, and when my old colleagues saw me, I gave them this embarrassed smile and tried to explain myself. They didn't blame me, they just felt sorry for me. And honestly, I felt sorry for myself too. I woke up both mornings completely exhausted, mentally, physically, the whole thing. You've probably had the classic anxiety dreams, right? Being chased, falling from somewhere high. Those usually means you're stressed about something. But this one was different. Nobody was chasing me, nobody was blaming me. I was the one blaming myself. And figuring out why is basically what today's episode is about. So stick with me. If you're new here, hello, I'm Rachelle, mais français. I love everything French, the language, the culture, the people, the whole vibe. I speak 4 native languages and I've been learning French and Japanese for pure pleasure for years. On this podcast, I share language learning tips and personal growth stuff based on my actual life. And honestly, I don't think I could walk this journey without you guys listening on the other end. So let's back up a bit, because a lot has happened since my last video on YouTube, which is 30-day French speaking challenge. And when I say a lot, I mean the whole routine got wrecked. And I'm not just talking about work. I mean my French podcasts, my French movies, all the little habits that kept me immersed in language. Even my once a week online French lesson, I had to cancel a few of them these past months. So here's why. My grandmother passed away, so I flew back to Hong Kong twice in 1 month. And my mother-in-law was diagnosed with dementia, and she's now moving in with us, coming over from Hong Kong. My hay fever set off my asthma again, and for over 2 months I couldn't get through a full sentence without coughing. On top of all that, we are going to move house. Life just happens, all unexpected, all at once. And every routine I've carefully built for myself got completely knocked over, mentally and physically. But through all of it, there's been a little inner voice nudging me hard, not to give up on the things I love. Because here's the thing, I find my most authentic self when I'm writing a podcast script or video script or even just a newsletter. That's when I feel most me, and I've been hiding behind a real convenient excuse. I'm just too busy right now. I kept telling myself I was waiting for the perfect moment, like once I've moved into a new house and finally have my own studio and meditation space, then I'll focus on my creative work. Like once I leave my school job and become a full-time visiting Mandarin teacher, then I'll focus properly on my teaching platform. Or once this cough finally clears up, then I'll record my podcast. Or once I dye my hair, it looks nice on camera, then I'll film again. People call it procrastinating, and I'll call it fear. Which brings me back to the dream. I was so curious about it because I don't even feel like I'm under that much pressure lately, not since I started meditating and actually trying to live a work-life balance. So what was the fear hiding underneath? You might laugh at me, but I actually asked AI to help me unpack the dream. But before I get into what it said, I want to tell you about a question that I asked the AI first. Why can you speak to my heart like you understand me better than I understand myself? I know that might sound a little bit weird, I don't know, but stay with me. It's nothing about psychic or nothing about mystical things. Here's basically what it told me. An AI is just a large language model. Think of it like a mirror. It reflects you back to yourself. Most of the time, you already know the answer. You're just denying it or pretending you can't hear it. So when a mirror reflects your own thoughts back at you, you just joist your brain into actually noticing them. Because you only really hear something when you're ready to receive it. So it's the same reason that once you started thinking maybe buying a new car, say Mini Cooper for example, suddenly you see a lot of Mini Coopers everywhere on the road. Nothing's actually changed. It's just your attention shifted to what you are already interested in. So same logic here. When you ask an AI a question, you are forced to organize your thoughts, tidy up your mind, and actually speaks from your heart. The AI reflects back what you hadn't fully seen yourself. That's why you can feel eerily understanding. It's not that it knows you, it's that you already knew the answer and it just held up the mirror. Kind of like a good psychologist, honestly, not handling your answers but helping you hear your own. And that's exactly what happened. I kept typing, keep asking, and slowly the mirror showed me something I've been avoiding this whole time. Once I actually sat with it, here's what I found underneath. I was afraid that even if I moved house and had more physical space, even if I had more time for my Mandarin teaching, even if my cough fully healed, I still wouldn't have time for French or any other things that I've always wanted to do. I also thought, I haven't practiced French properly in months, so who am I to give anyone advice? I felt like I've run out of ideas completely. On top of that, I've been reading and meditating a lot lately, and I've gotten really into spirituality. I wanted to share more about it on Instagram, but then I stopped myself. This is new. This isn't related to my real work like Mandarin teaching or language learning. I don't have time for it. I shouldn't be spending energy on something new when I can't even keep up with what I already have. And of course, Mandarin teaching is my actual profession, so I felt like I had to get that fully sorted before the new school year. So when I finally sat down at my desk, ready to work, I froze. I didn't know where to start. I had too many things on my plate that I could do and no idea which one actually mattered most. Underneath all of it was this quiet panic. If I don't post a video or podcast every week, my audience will leave. If I don't send a newsletter every week, my subscribers will think I have nothing of value. If I don't restock my Mandarin resource shop, my customers will lose interest. If my lessons aren't perfectly planned, my pupil will find them boring. So I was completely stuck, and I've never really been a lazy person, so it took that dream to finally show me what was actually going on. That's when the dream finally makes sense. Nobody in the dream was chasing me. My colleagues never blamed me and they just felt sorry for me. And I gave them that awkward, embarrassed smile because deep down I was the one who couldn't forgive myself. All the panicking, all that racing around, trying to finish tasks I couldn't finish, that wasn't them putting pressure on me. That was me. I was the one blaming myself. I was the one punishing myself way too harshly. And I was the one who set the bar impossibly high. And I was the one who's taken on too many inches, too many directions without ever really focusing. And I was the one who kept putting everyone else's needs before my own passion, telling myself I'll get to it later. You know, I've been waiting for some future chapter of my life to begin without realizing that the next chapter can start right now. The second I shift my mindset and just move fear and awe, there is no clean, clear path that's going to magically appear and wait for me to walk down it. So what I actually have is choice. My choice to just start. My choice to protect a little pocket of time and space for myself. My choice to keep working toward who I really am. And things happen. That's just life and that's okay. So I picked up my iPad, opened Notion and just started typing, and the ideas came flooding back. My energy came back. I realized I've been stopping myself for no real reason. I've convinced myself I didn't have enough to share when actually I have the whole story. I don't need to hand you a list of tips. but my real, honest story is already enough for the people who care about me, the people on the same frequency as me. And honestly, here's the funny part. If all these things hadn't stopped my routine, I don't think I've ever realized how much I actually love it, how much I love this French immersion routine, and how much I love this podcast. My inner voice never really stopped. It was quietly kicking my ass this whole time, asking me to come back to it, just in a smarter, more organized way. So maybe stopping, resting, isn't really a full stop at all. Maybe it's just you going quiet for a while so the passion has room to catch fire again. So this episode is really a celebration of stepping into the new chapter, and it's for you too if you ever felt like you're not good enough, not hardworking enough, and not disciplined enough to make time for the things you love. Here's what I say. Sit down quietly. Actually listen to your inner voice. Let yourself put what you love about everything else, even just for a little while. You can start small, like 30 minutes a day, then an hour, build a routine back up slowly, and that's it. That's really all it takes to begin. And honestly, the fact that I'm sitting here right now, able to think through what I want to share with you, that's the proof I'm already back to my routine, already back with my French. French, you beautiful language. I'm not here to master you. I'm just here to enjoy you, to enjoy the time I spent with you. And that's what passion actually feels like. And that's why I'm here. If this episode means something to you, share it with a friend or family member who is going through something similar right now. And if you want to keep walking this growth and French learning journey with me, come subscribe to my podcast and YouTube channel, and I'll love to have you along. See you in the next episode. Bye!